back to my channel. My name is Darian and today I'm going to be doing another 24-hour readathon. So if you are new to my channel, I really love doing 24-hour readathons, and normally I go super hard and try not to sleep during the 24 hours. This time I'm gonna relax a little bit. Like if I got tired, I'm gonna let myself sleep. I'm not gonna go super hard. I say that now, but we'll see how that goes, because I tend to think like if I don't stay up the whole time then I have failed, which is not true. So we're gonna be good to ourselves, take a little nap here and there, see what happens. But I am doing this readathon with my friend Lisa from With Love Lisa, and she is definitely gonna sleep because she's not crazy like I am. But I'm also going to be hosting some sprints tomorrow, so she'll join that, and also I think Casey and Rachel will also join those sprints. So I'm very excited. It should be a really fun day, and let's talk about what I'm going to be reading. So if you saw my July TBR, you know I have a hefty TBR for this month, and like one of the reasons that I'm doing this readathon is to try to get through my TBR quicker. So I will be starting The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. This book is ginormous. It's like as big as my head. This is like 800 pages, so I'm not even gonna pretend to hope to finish this all tomorrow. I don't even really want to read this all in one day because I feel like this will definitely take me some time to read, and I don't want to rush through it. Like I want to actually enjoy it, you know? I have no idea what this is about. All I know is that there's dragons and there's a sapphic relationship. That's all I really know, but I've heard amazing things, so I'm hoping I love it. But I'm also planning on like interspersing my reading of this with the graphic novel Bloom that I had on my TBR, and maybe something else that was on my TBR. Not The Way of Kings. That'll have to wait. I'm not gonna read those at the same time. But yeah, so it should be a fun day. I'm very excited, and I think Lisa and I are gonna do a Zoom call tonight at midnight. Oh, the readathon I'm doing is midnight to midnight. Did I mention that? I don't think so. But yeah, we're going from midnight to midnight, and normally what I do is I try to sleep for a few hours before midnight. I don't know how much sleep I'll be able to get before midnight, because I'm trying to edit a video right now because I want it to go up tomorrow. So I have to finish that first, and then I'll try to sleep for like an hour or two, and then midnight we're ready to go. So yeah, so just wanted to do a little intro for this vlog, and I hope it's a good day. And yeah, so I will see you guys later once the readathon starts. Okay. Hello, it is almost 7:30 now, and I figured I'd do an update. So basically I started Priory of the Orange Tree and I got about 100 pages in, which sounds like not a lot for 7 hours, but hear me out. First of all, like, I mean, as I suspected, this is very dense writing, and you know, high fantasy always takes me a while to kind of get into it and get used to all the names and all the different characters and stuff like that. And I mean, I'm still getting used to it 100 pages in, because this is 800 pages, but I am really liking it so far. I just don't completely know what's going on, but that's okay. And I don't even know how to explain what it's about, because I don't know if I completely know. So from what I can tell, the world we're living in is a queendom, which is great. So like the queen of this world, her name is Sabran? I don't know how to say these names, so my apologies if I pronounce them wrong. But the queen, Sabran, I'm gonna say Sabran. She's the queen. And what I really like in this world is that she needs a daughter to like keep the line going, you know? But usually like in fantasy stories, it's the king needs a son, you know, as the heir. But in this world, it's the queen needs the daughter as the heir, you know? So I really like that. So we're following her. We're following a character named Eid. I, again, don't know how to say that. And she kind of works for the queen, is what I'm understanding. But she also kind of has a secret past to her that nobody really knows about, and she also seems to be like protecting the queen without anyone knowing. Like, there's been several assassination attempts against the queen and Eid has stopped most of them, and nobody knows that it's her that's doing that. So she's a very interesting character so far. We're also following, what's her name? Tane, which like the French part of me wants to say it like Tane, like annoyed. So I don't know how to say that, but okay. So we have the East and the West and they don't like each other. And Eid and Sabran are in the West, I think. And Tane is in the East. And she like has always dreamed of becoming a dragon rider. So that's what's going on in her story, is like her going through this like trial process to become a dragon rider. And then there's this specific dragon. I don't know if it's technically a dragon, they call it a wyvern, I think, called the Nameless One. And they believe that if the queen can like keep her line going, like her family line going, then the Nameless One won't return, because it's been like kind of not unconscious, I don't know what the right word is, like sleeping for like hundreds or thousands of years, I don't remember. And as long as like the queen can keep her line going, then the Nameless One won't like wake up. But it seems like it might wake up soon anyways, so the East and the West might have to come together to fight it. That's what I'm understanding. There's also good dragons, okay? It's not just him that's bad, so that's great. Love dragon content. But yeah, that's all I can really tell from what the book is about. But like, there's so many times where it's just talking about different places and my brain is like, this is a lot of words that I don't know. So I decided to put this down for a little bit. I'm sure I'll pick it up again today, but I think my brain just needed a little bit of a break from high fantasy. And also I ended up falling asleep at one point. So I slept for like an hour earlier, which I think is probably good. Like now I feel fine. I feel tired, but I don't think I'm gonna fall asleep anytime soon. So what I've decided to do is to pick up The Last Time We Say Goodbye, which is also on my TBR this month. And this is a contemporary, so in terms of like understanding what's going on, it should be an easy read. In terms of the content, I don't think it'll be an easy read. This is about a girl whose brother recently died by suicide, and I've read about like 10 pages of this so far, and I can already tell I'm gonna sob, because like she's talking about her brother, and I have a very close relationship with my brother, so this is definitely gonna hit me hard, I think. But I mean, I don't have really any thoughts yet aside from sad, but yeah, so that's what's been going on. So I know it sounds like I haven't made much progress, but I feel like 100 pages of this is good enough. And I'm doing sprints later, which I'm hoping to read a lot during those. So far things are going well. Oh, I also want to tell a little story. Last night, like I tried to sleep a little bit before midnight. So I think I slept like an hour, and I woke up at around 11:30. And then I took Lazo outside to go pee, and as soon as we got outside, like he heard a noise and started barking. So I got him to stop barking, and then I heard the noise, like there was like rustling in my neighbor's backyard. So I was like, okay, and I was trying to get him to like walk around to pee, but he just was so focused on the noise. And then we saw a skunk just climbing the fence from my neighbor's yard, and he just started walking along the fence. So I was like, okay, we're going inside because I don't want to deal with this right now. And I was also like half asleep because I had just woken up. So I tried to go inside as fast as possible with Lazo without like startling the skunk. And then I stepped in poop. So that was like a hectic way to start the readathon. I was like rushing to get upstairs and also to, you know, deal with the poop. So anyways, that was just funny. Like I texted Lisa because we were gonna do a Zoom call, and she was like, oh, like when are we gonna do the call? And I was like, just give me a second. I just dealt with a lot of stuff. Anyways, that was just a funny story. But yeah, so far, you know, like I said, the readathon is supposed to be very chill, and I'm definitely having a chill time. It's supposed to rain today, which it better, because that would be the perfect vibes for today. But yeah, so those are my updates, and I'm gonna continue reading The Last Time We Say Goodbye, and then I'll update again sometime later. Okay, catch you later. Okay, hi. It is about 12:15 right now. I am currently on sprints with Lisa, and Casey and Rachel are supposed to join after, but I'm here for another update. I did end up falling asleep again, but I only slept for another hour, so we're doing fine in terms of sleeping. Everything is fine. It's great. So I ended up getting to page 99. I know, but that's when the chapter ended. Of The Last Time We Say Goodbye by Cynthia Hand, and I am enjoying this, but it's a hard book to enjoy because it's so sad. Like, I haven't cried yet, but I know for sure I'm gonna cry by the end of this book. So basically the synopsis I gave earlier, that's what this book is about. This girl is just dealing with the death of her brother and the grief that follows that. And we know that she feels guilty about his death, but we don't really know why. Like, it seems like there is a text that he had sent the night that he died and she didn't answer it, something like that, but we don't really know the details about that. So that's something that's weighing heavily on her. And another thing this book deals with is her parents' divorce, which had happened, I think, like 2 years before, and also her recent breakup. So it's just a very depressing read so far, but I find the writing is just very real. Like, our main character just seems very, like, she seems kind of like your typical, like, angsty teenage character, but she has such a good reason for feeling this way, and I find she just feels like a really real character, which I really appreciate. And I realized, like, I knew Cynthia Hand and I knew her name, but I didn't make the connection that she also wrote The Afterlife of Holly Chase, which I really hate that book. But I'm really liking this one, and she wrote this before Holly Chase, I think, so I'm glad I'm liking something that she's written. And she has a bunch of other books that I really want to read, so I'm glad that I can still enjoy her writing. It was just that one story that wasn't for me. But what I'm gonna do now on the sprints is, now that I've read 100 pages of both books, I'm gonna start another book. So I think I'm gonna start Bloom by Kevin Panetta and Savannah Gagnon, which is a graphic novel. So I don't know if I can finish it all in one sprint, but I think I can definitely finish it in like 2 sprints. I don't really know what this book is about. I know there's a romance between these 2 boys, and I think there's baking involved. I think one of them works at a bakery or something, and that's all I know. So I'm very excited, and the art style looks so pretty. So I'm really excited to read this. So that's what I'm gonna do now. And then once I'm done that, I think I'm gonna go back to Priory. So there we go. So that's what I'm gonna do now, and I'm excited to do these sprints. And I'm feeling good now. I'm not feeling too tired, so I'm hoping I can make it till midnight without falling asleep again, but we shall see. So yeah, so I will catch you guys later. But we finished our sprints and it is like 6:45 now, I think. So first of all, the sprints were really fun. I had a great time with my besties, and I think I got a decent amount of reading done. I feel like near the end I was like, oh god, my battery's flashing, so let's do this quickly. But yeah, near the end I was like I was so tired, but you know, there's still like 5.5 hours left, so I gotta keep going. But during those sprints I read the entirety of Bloom, and now I can give you guys, I have obviously more of an idea of what it's about because I read it. But we're following these 2 boys named, I think, Ari and Hector, I want to say. Yeah, so Ari and Hector. Ari is this one, and I don't know if it says where he lives, but he lives in this like coastal town on a beach, and he works at his family's bakery, but he kind of has this dream of moving somewhere with his friends. They all want to like buy a place together and move away, but his sister just got married and left the house, so his parents are kind of counting on him to stay home and work at the bakery with them because they're kind of having trouble with money, and he doesn't want to do this. So he comes up with this plan that if he can find someone to hire to replace him, then his parents can't be mad at him for leaving. So he kind of puts up this sign about like help wanted, and Hector sees it, and Hector loves baking. He went to culinary school, so he goes to apply for the job. So Hector gets the job and the 2 become friends, and then there's a little romance that kind of starts between them. And I thought it was really cute, but The main problem I had with this book is that Ari was so annoying and he was so rude to Hector. Like, when his friends meet Hector, like especially one guy just like teases him and says really mean things, and instead of like sticking up for Hector, Ari just kind of ignores it. And then Hector brings up at one point that like his friends were really rude to him, and he's like, no they weren't that rude, they're not so bad. Like, and I was like, this is the guy you want to date? This is who you want to be with? So he just, there were so many things he did in the book that like really bothered me. Like, I didn't think he treated Hector very well a lot of the time, but aside from that, I really liked it. I loved the art style. Like, look how pretty this is. So the story overall was pretty cute. It was just Ari who bugged me a lot, and also there was like a whole bunch of stuff that happened near the end that was like, it made me feel so many emotions. I actually got a little emotional reading this, but yeah, it definitely pulled at my heartstrings, so I ended up really enjoying it overall, and I gave it 4 stars, and I would highly recommend if you guys have been thinking of picking this up. Just Ari was just kind of annoying. So once I finished that, then I kept reading Priory, and I think I read like 70 or 80 more pages of that. So it's downstairs, but it was something like that. And so now my plan for the rest of the night is to get to page 200 of Priory, just because that'll be satisfying to me, and then continue reading The Last Time We Say Goodbye is what it's called, for the rest of the night, because I feel like my brain just can't deal with high fantasy anymore. I don't really have any new thoughts for Priory. I'm still really liking it. I'm still like a little confused about like all the names of places, but I feel like I'm understanding the plot well enough. It's just like I can't keep all the names of the places on track, how do you say that? I can't keep track of them. I don't know. My brain doesn't work anymore. But like, it's not really hindering my enjoyment of the book so far, so I'm excited to keep going with that. I hear Laszlo. But yeah, so I doubt I'll update again once the readathon is done, because I'm gonna be dead. So I might only update again tomorrow, but we'll see. So wish me luck, and off we go.
Many hours later.
Yay. Hello, it is the next day. As you guys just saw, Lisa and I did make it till midnight. We were both very tired, but I actually did pretty well. Like, I feel like usually when I do these 24-hour readathons, the last like few hours I barely read anything because I'm just so tired. I actually got a decent amount of reading done last night, so let's just go over everything I ended up reading. So first of all, I read the entirety of Bloom by Kevin Panetta and Savannah Ganucheau. This was a pretty quick and easy read, and I gave this 4 stars. Then I got, how many pages? Then I got 257 pages into The Last Time We Say Goodbye. I'm still enjoying this. It's still very sad. Like, while I was reading with Lisa last night, I did end up crying a little bit. This book is just very sad. So like I mentioned earlier, definitely trigger warnings for suicide. Like, that's like the main aspect of this book, so just keep that in mind. And it's very sad. It doesn't hold back, so it's not a super fun read, but I think it's written pretty well. There was one like weird joke about Native Americans at one point, and it was just so like, it seemed so out of place. Like, they just threw in this random joke, and it was just really weird. So that kind of like put a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't like that. But aside from that, the book is pretty good. That just was like really weird. I mean, this was written in 2015, which like is not that long ago. I don't know. That was just weird. But aside from that, this book is pretty good, and I'm hoping to finish this maybe even tonight. Then I was able to read 206 pages of Priory of the Orange Tree, which I'm really happy about. Like, now I'm a quarter of the way through this book, and it's what, July 7th, so I'm really proud of that, and I'm really liking this so far. Again, my thoughts haven't really changed. I'm still really liking it. I'm still slightly confused, but for the most part, I'm really liking the story, and I find all the characters very interesting, so I'm very excited to continue this. So in total for this readathon, I read 1 full book, and then like more than half of this book, a quarter of this book, and that's a total of 831 pages, which I think is the most I've ever read in a 24-hour readathon. So I'm very proud of myself. Like, I thought that if I fell asleep, because I think I slept for like a total of 2 hours yesterday, and I thought that sleeping would hinder me but I think it actually probably helped, which like everyone's probably yelling, like obviously it helped. But I think it helped like clear my mind a bit, kind of like rejuvenate me, you know. So I'm very happy with how it went, and obviously I had a great time doing it with Lisa and doing our Zoom calls, and also Casey joined our Zoom call last night for a bit, which was obviously very fun, and I'm happy her and Rachel got to join our live show yesterday for a little bit. So I'm very grateful for all of them, and I had a great time. So yeah, stay tuned for my weekly vlogs to see how I feel about these 2 books when I finish them. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon with another video soon. Bye!